Good morning, everybody. It's Monday morning. This is my second vlog. So, gosh, it's 8 o'clock in the morning here. I just dropped my little ones off at school, so I thought I'd check in really quick. I was trying to think of what all I did last week, and I guess I got quite a bit done. I got 2 art journal pages done, and I shared videos for both of those. And I worked a bit in my journaling by fives journal, and I did a page in my red moleskin. So let's see. As far as the week, busy week, sick kids. Gracie missed Thursday, and I think part of it was just she's exhausted from getting used to being back in the routine of going to school, and she's had a cold for about 6 days, and so she stayed home Thursdays. Saturday I got to take Abby, my 19-year-old, out, and we went to Michael's and to Blick's, and we bought all of her supplies for her art class, her art foundations class at college. So that was loads of fun, getting to buy all those fun art supplies. And it's funny, when we got home and we had 2 sacks full of stuff, and my husband said something, and I kind of looked at him, and he said, "I probably don't want to know, do I?" I said, "No, you don't." You don't want to know. But, we kind of did a happy medium. I didn't get student grade supplies for everything. We tried to use some coupons at Michael's for a couple of things. Luckily, the journals were on sales, and but still, even doing that, it's still a lot. It was difficult because it just said, a set of chalk pastels. It's like, well, what colors do you need, or do you need any certain colors? So we tried to get, a decent sized set with a lot of colors. We ended up getting the Blick's brand, actually, because they have those in open stock also, so she can add colors easily to what she has, and if she runs out of one, then she can easily replace it. But we did that. We got her a big plastic portfolio to keep her the sketch pads in, because she needed the big ones, the 18 by 24, I think, is the size. So that was lots of fun. And I guess the biggest change is last week I was talking about I had bought a moleskin weekly September 2015 through December 2016 planner. I started trying to move into that. The thought of rewriting everything in it that I had already written down in my Midori planner that I have right now, and just switching everything over, it was just too overwhelming for me. I tried 3 or 4 times during the week. I had all my stuff out. I sat down and I tried to start writing stuff in, and I just couldn't do it. Every time my brain just shut down. So I thought, it's not worth it. If it's going to be this much of an effort for me to try to do this, then there's got to be something more to this than just me not wanting to do it or being lazy or whatever. So I decided to scrap that and not use that planner, which of course is a bummer because I bought it and it was $21, and now I'm not going to use it for a planner. So I actually eventually might just kind of turn it in to this, since I'm covering the pages in here anyway. I can just cover over the planner pages in that journal, and I'll just maybe use it for one of these. So I definitely tried to start making a real effort with working in my Midori, and I have the week on a page, and I'll go through all this in another video, but I started just kind of on this side, just putting little notes about what we did that day. Excuse me. And I note when my kids are sick and stuff like that. I track that because it's interesting because here's Gracie here. She was sick. And then a couple minutes later, she was sick. So every time she gets a cold, even though it's just a simple cold, it sticks around with her for about 7 days. It never fails. So anyways, that was a relief to just stay in this and move back in this. And I love this. And I'm so used to having it with me. And it's, it gets big and cumbersome sometimes, but this is what I'm comfortable in, and it gives me comfort knowing that I have it. So I'm going to stick with it. And I had just, even before getting the moleskin, I had finally fixed up a sheet for my son with all of his medical information on it and his medical alert information. We got his medical alert bracelet ordered, and so this whole front page is all my son and his allergies and the action plan if he goes into anaphylactic shock, if you have to use his EpiPen and things like that. So knowing that that's right there is very comforting for me too. So I decided to stay with this, and I'll do a video on how I have this set up later after I am definitely working in it and have my routine down. Let's see. I did a page. I pulled out my Journaling by Fives journal again when I was working on the 2 art journal pages that I did this week. I had extra paint, and I thought, well, I always put my extra paint in here. These pages are getting really full and really covered, and I ended up totally doing this page. It had a bunch of stuff on it already, and I wasn't totally happy with how it was looking, and so I ended up working on this. I didn't do a video on this, and I will do I'll post pictures on the end of this video so you can see better, because this is just really bad lighting in here, and I can't figure out where to sit where you guys can see decent. But I actually did this on a Ustream, and I've got most of it finished on the stream except for putting the orange spots on there. But I did that, and so after I was done with all that, I was kind of flipping through this and was trying to decide what I want to do with it, because it just doesn't feel finished to me, and I don't really want to write in it, I don't think. And there's all these extra pages, because this book, this is a catalog, it's a scout guide. It actually has way more than 20 pages in it. So on the extra pages, I just started putting all my extra paint on it and filled up the extra pages that way. So yesterday, whatever day that was, I don't really even know now. For some reason, I was sitting here, and I know what it was. I was working on this page, and I had some leftover orange. I had some leftover green that I had put over here, and so I kind of rubbed it on this side. Well, then I started rubbing some blue over on this side, and I started just using my fingers and rubbing paint around the picture, and I really like how that looks. It just grounds the picture into the page, and I really like just how that little bit of a difference made. So here's one just there, and then here's one where I've put paint around it. So I think what I'm going to do next is go through this and just add some paint around all the pictures that are already in here. Here's another one that I just added some paint around the picture, and I rubbed some more paint in other places, just around the top and around this corner. And I outlined this arrow, but I just really like how adding that paint around just it just makes the page look more finished to me. So hopefully my plan is for this week is to just go around with just, have my drawer of acrylic paints open and go around the edges and just add paint in other places that I feel like it would, extra paint would be nice. And then I sat down with some of my magazines and cut out some more images to put on the pages that don't have any on there. So, and these are all from the Artful Blogger magazine. So, and that's what all the pictures in here are from already. So I'm going to add pictures to the pages that don't have any pictures on them, like these, and add some words and then go around with the paint with those. But my first step is just going to be to add paint around all of these little pictures on here and see if I like how things are going in this better from that. Then the other page that I worked on is in my red moleskin. And, I think I don't even remember what day I did this on, which it doesn't matter, and I know this is backwards, and I'll post a picture at the end of this video so you can see it the proper way, not the backwards way. But it says, I need to renew and refocus, and then this says notes to myself, and I put, things take time. Why do you think you have to make all of these changes in one day? Be gentle on yourself. Because that's one of my biggest problems is that there's so many things that I want to do and so many things that I want to change and so many things that I want to work on. And I get all gung-ho and then I go crazy and go into overdrive trying to make all these changes, and then I burn out and then I totally stop. And then nothing happens. So I think I'm just going to start writing some of the things that I want to work on and try to break things down into baby steps. Excuse me. And let's see, all these right here from the Right Brain Planner, which I printed off my September Right Brain Planner this morning. So I have my pages from that. So these are backwards and upside down and whatnot, but I'm going to add my calendar into here. And she has a weekly word prompt, and what I have done in the past, and I haven't done the past couple months, but what I've done in the past on the weekly calendar and with her word prompts, with the monthly calendar and her weekly word prompts, is to, I'm trying to find a page so I can show you. So right here is, maybe, this is April. So for each day, I looked up what the weekly word was, and for each day I wrote down a different word, a synonym for that word. So I really like doing that because, it just helps me and helps my brain to just think of different words. It just helps that word, the meaning of that word, sinking in better if I have different words that I can associate with it. So the first week, the word is positive. So that will be a good word to focus on, which I'm really excited to see this because just the first page says what is important. And I was printing, as this was printing off and I'm looking at it, I was like, it's like Teresa can read my mind, because this is exactly what I want to start working on right now in this journal is, okay, what's important? What's the most important thing to me? What do I want to change? What do I want to work on? So I'm really excited about getting these pages and start working on that. So I'm going to try to work on this journal a little bit this week too. And kind of on the same line, I ended up downloading a new book the other night. And once again, this is going to be lopsided because, well, it doesn't really totally show the cover anyway, but I'm trying to show you the cover of the book. And now my computer went to sleep. Here you go. Well, it's backwards. Yeah, it's called Writing Down Your Soul. It's by Janet Connor. And I've been looking at it for a while. I've had the sample for a while on my Kindle. And I finally downloaded it the other day. And so I've started reading that. I'm not very far. I don't know what page I'm on because I've only got the percentage. I think I'm about 20% through the book. Because I really want to start working on writing, on journaling, and journaling to get things out, and journaling to help me think, and not, totally just we did this and I did this, and not that kind of journaling. I need to get journaling to just help me work through things, to work through the changes that I want to make and why, and what's not working and what I want to work, and things like that. So far I'm really enjoying this book, and I hope to start implementing some of the suggestions that she has as far as steps to take and things to think on. And the biggest thing that she says is when you sit down to write is to set your intention. So I'm gonna start there, and we will see how we go. The other book I'm reading just for fun is Water for Elephants. I have not read it yet. I've seen the movie, which I almost wish that I had read the book first and then seen the movie, because now all that I can see when I read the book is Robert Pattinson and Reese Witherspoon. It's I'm a huge reader, and I prefer reading the book. I always prefer books over the movie. I love the movies, but I'm a book snob when it comes to movies. So now it's like all I can think of is Robert Pattinson, which isn't a bad thing, but I kind of like to envision my people as I envision them, not how the movie does. But anyways, that's a whole other different thing too. I think that's it. I think that's all I got to share. I've got my bag, my travel bag. I'm going to do a video on this, hopefully Wednesday. And just, what I got in here. And once again, this is a Target makeup bag. So I'm going to try to do a video on that. Today or Wednesday. So, and I would like to do the video flipping through magazines. So those are the two that I'm really, really going to try to get done this week. I still need to do my studio one, and it's gotten messy in here again, so I don't know when that will happen. But I think that's it. I don't know if I was going to tell you anything else. I'm going to get off and get this done and start working on another video for you guys for this week. So thanks so much. Second vlog, yay! And I'm going to go get some coffee. It's still early, and have a good day, everybody. You'll be seeing more from me this week.